As seen on Kaleidoscope the Series. Kaleidoscope the Series on ABC 23. It's a different look at our region, unique places you may not know exist, unique people sharing their amazing talents. There are good things happening in our area. Watch it all every Sunday on Kaleidoscope the Series on ABC 23. It's a hot, sunny day in St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. Normally a quiet area in the middle of the central PA mountains, until you hear the rumble of engines and the sound of hundreds gathering to enjoy the drag races at the St. Mary's Airport. Roughly 750 vehicles have driven here to race side by side with another competitor and use what's usually a runway as a racetrack. And hundreds have gathered to see them show off these unique vehicles because really there's nothing like this around for hours.
I figured I'd come over and blow off some steam.
I've never driven down a drag strip in my life.
This is brand new for you?
Brand new.
I'm the wife.
How do you feel about coming here for this?
Love it. Love going to the races.
We never know how many cars we're going to get. There's never a pre-registration in drag racing. You show up, you go through tech, you pass tech, you start racing. When they're done, they usually come back and they set their car and let it cool down a little bit, and then they'll find somebody else to race. A lot of it's about grudge racing, finding somebody that you think you can beat, and they think they can beat you. If you want to wager, that's your decision.
I'm just out here to see everybody because I know everybody in town and everybody knows me pretty well. Then I want to bring my car out and just play with it a little bit and try it. I bought a 72 Nova. It's got a 454 30 over in it. It was all professionally built by a fella down in Central City, Pennsylvania.
Who picked the color? Was it already
I think it was him and his wife. It was red before, but I think him and his wife came up with this color on it. It's called a raspberry with a lot of metal flake in it. So they picked the color of it. It's detailed out pretty nice.
And your wife liked it too?
Yeah, my wife seen the picture in the paper, but you couldn't see the detail of all the metal flake in it until you were right up against it and out in the sunlight.
It's a 1987 Grand National Buick. Obviously, it's modified from its original state. It has a 388 Duttweiler twin turbo motor in it. Produces about 1,300 horsepower. It's pretty much stock frame, stock body. Obviously, the color was altered, but we did do some work to the underneath. It has a Ford 9-inch rear end in it, and it's pretty much built to drag. Hopefully it'll do well. And we're going to try to get around 10 seconds, 9 seconds, but my family's here, a bunch of these people, there are my relatives over there. My dad's back here, spending Father's Day with him is great, so it's all around great experience.
A 1972 Plymouth Duster. He had this when he was 18 years old. He had to sell it because he got married, had a baby, and ended up getting it back like 10 years later to a neighbor of ours that ended up having it, and he bought it back from him. When we saw it, it was, the guy had it for sale, and we're like, oh my gosh, that's the Duster he had when he was a kid. So we ended up buying it back. Just don't take me down the racetrack because I don't like going fast. The kids can go with them, anybody else can go with them, but I can't. I don't like fast.
So you're here to keep the food cold, right?
Keep the food cold.
Keep everything
Keep the
set.
drinks cold. We're all good.
And he races.
And he races. Just watching those cars going down fast. We like everything about being fast.
What have you seen here that you would say are the most most unique vehicles?
Snowmobiles. To actually do drag racing, snowmobiles. Yep.
Anything else?
No, they're the most unique. Yeah, you got Volkswagen Beetle Bug here. It's all built up to run. Yeah, you got four-wheel drive trucks built up to run. They got a lot of money in their cars, and now they're actually getting their money's worth. They're having fun. That's what it's all about. Heads up, testing, tuning, and having fun, and everybody being safe.
I'm racing my 88 Camaro.
Tell me about it.
It's a 350, had a little work done to the motor. I have NOS on it. I fill NOS tanks, so I have to run the NOS. It's one of my play toys. A lot of my friends are here. A lot of my buddies are here, and we do a little heads-up racing. Instead of doing it on the street, we do it here where it's safe. And whoever wins, wins. There's no question about it. I should do all right. I should do all right.
Gets the town buzzing around here. It's pretty quiet around these parts, you know, especially around winter. People, you know, not a lot to do. Summertime, you have something like this to do, gets everybody motivated, gets everybody out in their garages, get people spending money. So it's great for the area.
Where are the other ones? Down at Beaver Springs, and then Keystone Dragway in Pittsburgh, and Lucky's up in Erie. Yeah, 2.5 hour distance to get to them. So yeah, so it cuts a lot of time off for people just to come out and have fun, to beat the heck out of their car.
I'm just here for support. I'm not gonna put Hammer down by no means. You know, they used to call me with my other car, here comes Mr. Excitement, because whenever I come to a cruise-in or a car show or whatever, I'd leave a trail of smoke 10 mile high. They knew I was there.